be hoping the trouble will be purty," he said scathingly, and spurred his horse on. Chuckaluck squinted his eyes toward the ever-changing afterglow, put the harmonica to his mouth again, and began blowing "My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean," and the buckskin began walking slowly. He had blown the tune 4 times and was tapping the mouth organ to dry it, when the twilight quiet of the plains was suddenly shattered by a shout from Twister. "Look up yonder! We got us a mirage right ahead." Chuckaluck chucked the harmonica inside his shirt, flapped his legs against the buckskin's sides, and in a moment came abreast of the roan. "Whereabouts is a mirage?" "Right yonder." Twister pointed a lean forefinger toward a blue of bright green against the gray hillside a mile distant. "Looks like real willer trees," he said, with the awe of witnessing a miracle in his voice. "How you know it ain't a mirage?" "Green willers in West Texas," Twister mused dolefully, "means water. And that's one thing there ain't hereabouts." They rode quietly side by side for a while, straining their eyes ahead. Then Chuckaluck said, "I don't know," wagging his head in disbelief. "But them sure willer trees, and a cottonwood. I can see 'em good now." At that instant, both horses lifted their drooping heads, whinnied loudly, and broke into a trot. "I'll be plumb damned," Chuckaluck murmured reverently. "It is water." He grinned and added, "Now if you had the sense your hosses got, you'd have knowed in the first place." "What say we ride over and water the horses?" Twister said eagerly. "I could do with a swig myself." "No reason why not," agreed his partner. "'Tain't more'n 2-3 miles to the shortcut to Marfa now. Then we got to cross that mountain. A drink'll perk us all up." Twister was sitting straight and tense, looking sharply ahead. "Look yonder," he said suddenly. "Something's caught on a mesquite where a trail turns off." He spurred his roan to a faster gait, and the buckskin, with the smell of water in his nostrils, kept the pace. "It's a scarf," Chuckaluck marveled when they stopped to inspect the gay-colored square of silk tied to the bush. "A mighty purty one, too. Looks, by golly, like somebody tied it here a purpose." A strange look came into Twister's gray eyes as he watched his partner admire the scarf and feel its soft texture. "You just leave the danged thing right where we found it," he grated. "Come on, I ain't forgot that tune you was playing back yonder." Chuckaluck grinned. "How you figure a little old purty piece of silk can make trouble for a couple of tough rannies like us?" he said lazily. "Trouble is, you ain't got a speck of faith in fate." "We're going to water the horses and beat it out of here fast," Twister said emphatically, and turned into the cowpath. Chuckaluck followed at his accustomed distance to the rear. Presently the trail turned to follow along the bank of a small arroyo with a narrow stream of clear water trickling through it. "Overflow from a tank, most likely," Twister called back. "We could water the horses here." "Let's ride on up," Chuckaluck began. A sudden roaring, rushing sound in the arroyo cut him off in mid-sentence. He loped up to Twister's side, and they stopped to stare down in amazement at a miniature flood of muddy water tumbling and roiling toward them. "Must be a tank up there, and it's sprung a leak," Twister surmised, and spurred his roan sharply. In that barren country, both men realized the value of a water supply through the blistering summer months, and their one impulse was to find the break as quickly as possible, and close it with whatever means might be at hand. "Bleak your eye!" Chuckaluck yelled. "It's plumb busted wide open." While Twister was apparently the partner who would think and act quickly and decisively, it was actually Chuckaluck, the chunky, relaxed one, who took that role in the partnership. The buckskin galloped ahead of Twister's roan when Chuckaluck saw that the torrent was 2 feet deep close to the tank. He raced on around the thicket of green trees surrounding the dam. Through a clearing he saw a rough-looking, bewhiskered man wearing a black hat at the windlass, working with all his might to open the sluicegate wider. Close behind Chuckaluck, Twister was yelling, "Reckon he's plumb loony?" But the roar of the water drowned his voice and drowned the sound of the pounding horses' hooves as they raced on toward the evil-appearing man who was unaware of their approach. Chuckaluck drew his